Welcome to Wellness Woodbridge. I'm your host, Ann Mazza from Vito Mazza Salon and Spa, family owned and operated here in Woodbridge for the last 47 years. And today our episode is going to talk about a lot of summer fun that Woodbridge has to offer. I am here with Vito Samaluca and Brian Molnar, who are both part of our wonderful recreational department here in Woodbridge, and they're going to talk to us about all that we have to offer for our families.
Hi, Ann. How are you? We have some great things planned for families and children alike. We have 4 camps in town. One summer camps. One is the Woodbridge Community Center. The other is Highland Grove Pool, Bowtie Pool, and the Merrill Park Recreational Camp in Merrill Park in Colonia. And half it's in Colonia, half it's in Island. So it's a great location. One of our camps is located at Highland Grove Pool, which has just been refurbished and added a beautiful spray park. The spray park is a safari theme. We have daily passes that are available, and we also have family memberships, individual memberships, and senior memberships. We have a beautiful shaded area for seniors and families where they can come and enjoy the pool. The pool is 25 yards long, and the spray park is a lot of fun for all the kids. In Bowtie, which is in Port Reading, we have a beautiful, beautiful lap pool, which they can come and enjoy, and a sliding board. We also have camp there. So it's a great location for families to come and enjoy the summer. At the Woodbridge Community Center, we have mini golf, we have ice skating, we have roller skating for the campers. So they have a lot of things to do. We have outdoor activities, and we have a beautiful pool and a gymnasium for them to enjoy. So it's going to be a lot of fun this summer.
It sounds great. I had just been looking at the website, and you can go on the virtual tour there and see everything that the WCC has to offer, and it really is great. I'm going to bring my kids up a few of the days that I'm up here for work and let them enjoy the facilities. It looks great. We can't wait to get to that mini golf ourselves.
Absolutely, and I would direct people to our website, and I'm sure they'll put it up on the screen, which is www.njwcc.com. Both of our program guides, along with our summer camping guide, is on there. So you can go on there at your leisure, stroll through it, and look at it, see what's interesting, and come in and register for your camps.
Well, I know as a parent, too, sometimes you have all this lined up for the summer, sometimes you don't. Is there still availability to get the children into camps this season?
Absolutely. So our camps are 10 weeks long. The camp in Merrill Park is only 6 weeks long. It ends just after the beginning of August. But the regular camps go all the way through the completed summer. And they can register. We ask them to register, try to register a week before. If not, if we can accommodate them, we'll take them. It's a little rough when you join late, but hopefully you can plan ahead. There is always room for new campers.
Wonderful. Very good. Brian, tell us a little bit about what you do at the Recreation Department and how you can help these families this summer as well.
Thank you, Ann. Basically, my job function is I work under Vito, so I run the day-to-day operation of the traditional recreation side of Woodbridge Township. That was, our summer concerts, our sports camps that we have for the children in town. So anything, softball leagues, basketball leagues, so anything that was traditional rec falls under me.
Okay, so maybe you deal with some of the older children.
Yeah, we have our programs that we have going on now is back very popular is our summer sports camps. It's in conjunction with the coaches at the high school levels. We have all different kinds of camps this summer, from baseball, football conditioning, basketball, volleyball. So it's a chance for the kids to come out, be active during the summer, and learn skills from the high school coaches that eventually the children are going to be, playing under.
Oh, that's great. That is wonderful. I know my 2 boys would love to do something like that. They love to go to the basketball camps, and it's intensive. It's a nice week program where they really get to learn a lot, do drills or what have you to get them excited for the fall and getting into sports.
Yeah, they're 1-week camps, but people don't have to be intimidated. I mean, even if you never played the sport, we still recommend that you go out there and try it. It's just not for the kids that are going to be going into high school. We have camps that range from 9 years old to 17-year-olds, all different skill levels. So if you think your child wants to get into a sport, it's a good opportunity to go and learn.
And how can parents sign up for these types of camps with you at the Recreation Department?
They could come into the Recreation office. We have the forms. Or if you go online, if you go to the main township website, go in the upper left-hand corner under Departments, click on Recreation, and our page will come up, and all our brochures are on there. You could just download the brochure, fill it out, bring it in, and we're more than happy to sign your child up.
Well, we are so thankful that Woodbridge Township has all this to offer for our families, for our kids. Getting them active, getting them involved in sports is such a big, what they need for wellness. So we're so happy to have both of you here and doing all of that for the township, and hopefully our parents at home who haven't made plans yet, or maybe the kids are urging their parents to make more plans, can go to the recreation department and get them involved. So thanks so much for coming on today.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks
on
for having
Wellness
us.
Woodbridge.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more guests here on Wellness Woodbridge.
I am Eric LeGrand, and you are now watching the Woodbridge channels.
I'm here with Amy Gabuya, who is our guest from Raritan Bay Medical Center, and we're going to talk about some summer health issues. Amy, would you tell us a little bit about your role at the hospital?
Absolutely. Hi, Ann. I'm the clinical nurse educator in the emergency department of both divisions, Perth, Tambo, and Woodbridge. So basically, as a clinical nurse educator, I ensure that the staff is well educated as to certain changes or updates, that can affect the care that we render to the patients. And if there are any policies and procedures that have been changed or updated, I make sure that they are aware of that one as well. And if we have like new people on board, I make sure that they receive proper orientation.
So it sounds like you facilitate both of the locations.
That's right.
That must have been a great need, and I think it's so great that you're there to do that. The hospital is a wonderful hospital, and I know that it helps a lot with the community. So we're so excited to have you. And tell me a little bit about what do you see in the summertime in that ER?
Thank you for that one. Well, now with the summer, everybody would want to enjoy. I want to enjoy too, go out, with kids or family, go to the beach, enjoy, have a picnic. And, part of the information I want to share would be very helpful. One would be like about poison ivy, which we usually see and we get every summer in the emergency room.
Wow. I noticed my daughter one year, she plays tennis, and there were tennis courts where the ball, just from rolling, she ended up with poison ivy right on the side of her leg because the ball was rolling into the poison ivy. And we wouldn't really think that she was out. She wasn't gardening. She was literally playing tennis on courts that hadn't been well maintained. So what is the sign of poison ivy? What does it generally look like, just so the viewers know what they should be looking for if they did obtain a case of it?
Okay, basically poison ivy, the rash, comes from the sticky oil of the plant, which we call urosol. You usually get it either by touching or brushing any part of the plant, even if it's dead. Or you can also get it by either touching anything that comes in contact with the plant, like what you've mentioned, the ball, or it can be the clothing, sports gear, or even garden tools, or even pet fur. Now, I want to emphasize this one, that you do not get the rash by touching someone who has a blister. You only get it if you get in contact with the oil of the plant.
Okay, well that's great to know. And it's not something that you necessarily have to go to the emergency room for initially. I would assume if it's untreated, I know that my brother-in-law had a terrible case of it one season and he did have to go and be treated more extensively. But if you do come down with it at home, is there something you can buy over the counter or?
Yes, absolutely. I like to mention like the symptoms of, poison ivy. Of course, there's itchiness, there is a rash. You can have like small bumps to the area, or it can be like large raised areas like the hives. In severe cases, you would have the blisters, of which there would be some fluid leaking out. That would be like the severe cases of it. Usually this would last like 10 days to 3 weeks. But in severe cases, it can last up to 6 weeks. Now, with regards to the treatment, if it's just a mild rash, absolutely, you can take care of it at home. Basically, what you do, apply a wet cloth on it or immerse the area with a cool water. And then with regards to applying a certain ointment or cream, we would always recommend calamine lotion. That is a way to prevent itchiness. Very important that I would like to emphasize also, do not scratch the area. I know it's very itchy, but scratching the area will just worsen the rash, and it can lead to infection. And there are certain medications that you should not be using or you apply to the area, because these medications can create or cause allergy of their own. Like, for example, medications that are topical antihistamines, like your Benadryl cream, gel, or spray, your topical medications that would help you with anesthetic agents like your lidocaine or even your topical antibiotics. Do not use them because, like I've said, that they can also cause an allergy of their own. But in severe cases, severe rash where there is a large part of the body that is affected or the symptoms are very severe, we'd always recommend that you seek medical help because the doctors may prescribe corticosteroid cream to clear up the rash, or they can prescribe corticosteroid pills or shots.
Okay. Is it a fallacy that more people, like certain people, are susceptible to poison ivy more extensively than others, or is it just depends on who's touched that actual plant?
Actually, on that aspect, it's nothing to do with the age group, elderly or young. As long as you get in contact with all the plant, anybody can, get that rash.
Okay. Now, Amy, I'd like to also talk to you about some of the other health issues you might see at the emergency room during this time. Heat stroke, maybe with the elderly, with children. What else do you see at the emergency room that people need to be aware of?
That is very common during the summer right now. So it's very important that we keep ourselves hydrated because heat strokes can be fatal. It can lead to severe dehydration, and symptoms would be you feel dry in the mouth, decreased urination. With kids, it would be decreased tearing, and then increased thirst as well. So it's very important, like I mentioned, keep yourself hydrated. So drink at least 2 to 3 liters of water per day. As much as possible, stay in an air-conditioned room. And then if you're gonna go out, like do strenuous activities, make sure you drink fluids before you do any strenuous activities. If you go out, protect yourself by using sunscreen at least 15 SPH. And then at the same time, use a wide brim hat that is basically to protect you. In severe cases of heat exhaustion or stroke, like there would be lethargy, cramping, that individuals would experience chest pain, would always recommend seek for medical help.
Okay, well, that's a great point. And also, you did touch upon the sunscreen and the sun. I know even myself yesterday, we were down at the beach, and with the wind, you don't always feel how much the sun is affecting you. So you tend to stay in it a little bit longer than you normally would.
That's true.
So I think that the sunscreen's important, without a doubt, 15 to 30, they
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, very good. Well, Amy, so is there anything else that the hospital has going on within the next season, within those 2 locations that you'd like to share with us?
As of this time, no, but I'm just proud to say that, if in the event that your doctors are not available, you can always visit us in the emergency room, either Perth Amboy or Woodbridge. And I'm proud to say that we always give excellent and timely care to our clients.
Well, that sounds great. I feel like I'm in much better hands, even just working up here in Woodbridge, that I could come see you in that emergency room. And you're so knowledgeable, and thank you so much for your time and joining us today on Wellness Woodbridge, helping to keep this community well and keeping us informed about all the things that could happen to us in these summer months as we're outside enjoying ourselves and enjoying our families.
Thank you so much, Ann.
Thank you, Amy. And we look forward to having you again on the show. Hopefully you can come and talk to us again soon.
That would be great.
We'll be right back.
Today is Saturday. Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, throw a ball Thursday. Water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday. Let's move Monday, swap us next Sunday.
60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
I'm here with Rob DeFilippis. He is the director of some of the great runs here in Woodbridge. He is here representing the club at Woodbridge today and also his business, Runners High. And he's going to tell us if we're excited to run, this is the man to talk to. So tell us a little bit about the runs, Rob.
Thanks. The first run coming up is going to be July 9th right here in downtown Woodbridge. It's our 4th year putting on the Woodbridge Run for the Pizza. It's a 4-mile race that takes place at 7:30 in the evening. So it's a little bit cooler in the summertime. And it goes out starting on Main Street. We're going to go out into the Sea Warren section of town along Cliff Road, and we run along the beautiful waterfront there for about a mile. And then we'll come back in off the waterfront back into Main Street and finish right in front of the town hall.
Oh, That's wonderful. I've been on the wellness committee multiple years, and we're always talking about this run and the planning of it. I know that it's very intensive, and it's a wonderful run, and people really look forward to that beer and pizza at the end, and I suppose they head over to Parker Press for a concert of sorts?
Yeah, that's one of the neat things with the Parker Press Park being added into the equation after our first year. They do their weekly or monthly concerts. I'm not sure exactly how often they have them, but we've tied in our award ceremony and our post-race party into the Parker Press. So you get the entertainment of the band. The runners like it because they get up on stage. They get a nice audience to get their awards. We do beer and pizza for the older crowd. We do soda and juice for the younger crowd, and it just makes for a nice evening here in Woodbridge for that event. So it works out very well for us.
That's wonderful. How many people usually join you for that event?
Generally, we get about 300 to 400 runners. Obviously, it depends on what the weather is. You know, the goal is always to have a perfect night, 75 degrees and sunny. It doesn't work that way all the time, but we've been pretty fortunate with that scenario. So right now, we're ahead of past years in terms of our pre-registered runners. And if the weather cooperates, we get a good night on the 9th, we'll definitely exceed those expectations, which will be nice.
Do you get a lot of families that come out for that, or what is the age of runners that are allowed to register for the event?
We do. You can register as long as you can run the distance. There's no real restriction in terms of the age. We've had kids as young as, I think, 6 or 7 have been our youngest competitors in it, all the way up through 85. One year we had a 90-year-old finisher, so it's pretty amazing the diversification of the crowd and the runners that come out to the event. It's a nice family event, and it's a good way to spend a weeknight in, Woodbridge in the middle of the summer. So.
Absolutely, and we're always happy to bring things down to Main Street. I know, as a business owner on Main Street, we love to get as much foot traffic and activity as we possibly can. So I think it's a great run. And plus, for wellness, we got to get people out there. We got to get them running, getting them healthy. So hopefully we'll have a great turnout for the pizza run this year.
Absolutely, that's what we're shooting for here. So they can actually register online at raceforum.com. You go to the calendar section, just find Woodbridge Run for the Pizza. You can also register in person at any of our Runners High locations in Metuchen and Freehold, as well as picking up applications right here at Town Hall and the club at Woodbridge as well.
So they'll find all that information online, the registration fee, whatever it is that they would like to do to participate?
Yes, everything's right there online. The easiest way to register is obviously online. You just go click a button, put all your information in, give them a credit card, and it goes right in our system, and you're all set and squared away. But if you prefer that pen and paper, mail it in method, you can still do that by dropping by any of the stores or the club and picking up the application as well.
Okay, that's great. So you also have a store in Metuchen that helps suit you up for these events?
We do. We're Runners High, and we're a specialty running store. So anybody going to run the pizza run or the Woodbridge Crossroads of New Jersey run in September, we have the shoes for them, we have the apparel, we have the GPS systems, we have energy drinks, gels, basically anything you would need to run, walk, complete your physical therapy training programs or anything. We're going to be the place for you to come in and see. We're going to take a look at your feet, determine what you should be wearing correctly and properly, and really get you on the path to having a successful race or recovery from your rehab, whatever the case might be.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, we're happy to have you in Woodbridge, I know, helping us put together all these runs. And then after the July run, we have another one for the mayor, correct?
Right. We do the Woodbridge Crossroads of New Jersey, which is the Sunday before Labor Day. And that is a 5K and a 10K. And where the pizza run goes out along the waterfront in Seawarren, this stays more in the older sections of Woodbridge. It goes up through Barron Avenue, through the neighborhoods there, comes down through Woodbridge High School, down Linden Avenue and School Street, back into Town Hall again. So it gives people a nice opportunity to run a 5K if they prefer the shorter distance. And, with the fall coming up and people running marathons and half marathons, the 10K is a nice avenue to bridge that gap in distance and give them a chance to do something a little bit longer. So that event takes place in the morning, unlike the pizza run being in at night. But, Labor Day weekend, it gives people a chance to come in, compete, run the event, and then go about their day, whether it's at the beach or here in town for an event or something like that.
So what time would you say that race will end up?
That race starts at 8:30 in the morning. Unlike the pizza run, we also do a kids component to it. So we do a kiddie dash for all the little ones, starting at 2 to 3 years old, where they'll run a 50-meter lollipop run, we call it. And we'll go all the way up to about 9 or 10 years old, where they run about a 200-meter dash coming down Main Street. We have the mayor there handing out medals and lollipops to the kids, and they really seem to enjoy that, and it's a great way to bond and build the community a little bit more with that event too. So.
Oh, that sounds great. And what's the date again on that event?
It is the Sunday before Labor Day, so I apologize. I should know the calendar.
That's
I
all
think
right.
Labor Day's early this year, so my guess would be the 3rd or 4th maybe, but don't hold me to that exact date.
And
it's
where
the Sunday
could we
before
find
Labor Day.
that information's got to be posted on the
That
website.
information is on the town website, I'm sure, and we'll have applications by the time the pizza run comes out, and it'll be the same deal. You'll be able to get them at the race, the club at Woodbridge, Runners High, obviously, in Metuchen and Freehold, or right here in Town Hall. We always have applications here as well. And they'll be able to register online at that raceforum.com site as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. So there's a lot of great running opportunities for everyone in Woodbridge. If you are a runner, you can certainly get out and enjoy both of these great races. The mayor's community race, what happens at the end of that? Is there any type of a food offering or anything? It's right here in the parking lot, or do most people just pretty much leave?
No, there is. I mean, much like the pizza run, we do an award ceremony. We do it right here in the town hall parking lot this time. We usually have deli sandwiches. We have ice cream often donated from Carvel. Wakefern and ShopRite, the parent company over there, usually do yogurt or some form of donation from them as well, so people can hang around. We have a DJ at both events to provide some entertainment to the people right here on Main Street and while they're running to get them excited and psyched up about the event. And then we actually do multiple award ceremonies for that one because we have the 5K, the 10K, and we try to stagger those in between the events. So it works out pretty well, and it's a good, fun way for people to get recognized here in town, and we try to do a good job with the local residents. We do a Woodbridge Township award as well for the 5K and 10K, and that's done in honor of Joe Ward, who was the original director of the Crossroads Run back, I think we're in our 18th year of that event, and Joe Ward has since passed on, but his family's still in town. His son is the athletic director over at the high school, I believe, and so the family comes out, they get to present the award to the first male and female Woodbridge Township resident in the 5K run, and that's always a nice aspect to the afternoon as well.
Well, that sounds great. It sounds like a great, two wonderful running events for this community. We're so glad to have you helping us with them, especially as knowledgeable as you are. And if people need shoes for these events, please head over to Runners High and see Rob at any time to get that going. And also the club at Woodbridge, if you can stop by there to register for one of these wonderful runs. So thank you so much, Rob, for being with us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
And I encourage you all to get out there and get well and participate and run with us in Woodbridge. Thanks so much for joining us on Wellness Woodbridge today.